So now let's start with the practical. Let's configure the part 1, that is configure IPsec parameters on router R1. Before we do that, here in the practical manual they have mentioned that we have to set the password for console, virtual terminal lines, enable the password, and also set up the SSH protocol, enable it. So for that you just have to fire the commands something like this. Let me exit from here. Let me get myself into configuration mode, and in the configuration mode you people have to fire all these commands here. So we'll paste all this command in the video description so you all can copy it from there. So these are the commands, you just have to simply copy it, okay, and this will enable everything. So let's copy it from here and go here, click on paste and then enter. Okay, the only error we are getting here, that host name is not properly given, so make the correction. Okay, come back and just fire the last command, that is skip key generate RSA, and give the number 102 for enter, and we are done. So we are through with this requirement. So you just have to fire all these commands in the config mode on all the routers. Okay, now moving on, let's see the part 1. So we have already tested the connectivity between the PC A and PC C. Okay, so I'm going to quickly rename this so that when we are referring it we should know. So this is PC A, this is PC B, and this is PC C. Okay, so we already have tested the connectivity, so we'll skip that step number 1. We'll go to step number 2, that is enable the security technology package. So on R1, issue the show version command to view the security technology package license information. So let's go to the R1. Okay, we are here. Go to CLI mode, then enable it. Now make sure the host name again should get reflected properly, R1. Yeah, so we are in config mode, exit from there, and we have to fire a command called show version. So let's see what we get. Show version and more information. We'll see the table in the last, something like this. Have a look. So in security, this router has no packages. Okay, none. The entry is none. So now we have to install one. So you have to fire this command. If the security package has not been enabled, use the following command to enable. So this is the command. So let's fire here. Get yourself into configuration mode. Conft command is license boot module C1900 technology -package, and the name of the package is security K9. K9. Enter. There was a spelling mistake, so I'll just quickly correct it and then enter. One more time. 9 is missing. Okay, yes, we accept the agreement and then enter. So basically the package has got installed. Now if we exit from here in the configuration mode, and fire the same command, show version, I guess still you will not be able to see the entry there. Still nones are mentioned. The reason is, like, after installing the package there are 2 more commands you have to fire in the privilege mode, that is copy, run, start, enter, and say enter again. That was typing mistake, and then enter. Yeah, and then copy, run, start is a one command, and then click enter, and the next command is reload. Confirm, yes, again click enter, so it will reload. So now if you type the same command, show version, now you will see the entry. So we'll wait a bit and see the entry. So let me enable this and let's fire the same command, show version. So in the end we should be able to see the entry in the table. Yeah, so we are able to see, yeah, the security K9 none has gone. So we can see that technology package have been installed. Okay, now we can work on it. So we are done with this. So where were we? Yeah, so accept the end user license agreement. We are done. Save. We are done with this. Verify. Now step number 3, identify interesting traffic on R1. So configure the ACL access control list 110 to identify the traffic from the LAN on R1 to the LAN on R3 as an interesting. So this interesting traffic will trigger the IPsec VPN. So IP secure protocol we are using here to be implemented when there is a traffic between R1 and R3. Okay, all other traffic source from the LANs will not be encrypted. So when we are talking about packets from R1 to R3, they will get encrypted. Okay, so let's see. So because of the implicit deny all, there is no need to configure a deny IP. We will configure this access control list here on R1. So get yourself into configuration mode on R1. Okay, type conf t here. Okay, and fire this command. That is access list 110. So let's type here quickly access hyphen list 110, then permit, then IP, permitting IP addresses from the network 192.168.1.0, and the wildcard mask will be the opposite of subnet mask, that was 0.0.0.255 towards the destination, that was the network on the R3 192.168.3.0, and the wildcard mask for the same 0.0.0.255, and then say enter. So we are done with this step 3. Okay, so we have created the access list and permitting all the packets through IP from this network towards this network. Okay, now moving on. Step number 4, configure the IKE phase 1 IPsec MP policy on R1. So basically IPsec MP stands for Internet Security Association and Key Management Protocol, which is a protocol has been defined by RFC 2408, which is also used, not actually also, it is used for building or establishing security association. Association is like relationship. So we have to build a security association relationship between these two router R1 and R3. For that purpose we'll be using this protocol. So now let's go to R1 into config mode, and we'll try to fire this command crypto IPsec MP policy 10. Come here, paste it, and then enter. Then encryption AES algorithm, that is advanced encryption standard, and we are specifying the number of bits. Okay, that is 256. Authentication pre-share. Okay, and that means authentication, the key which will be used will be shared in prior. Then we are making group 5 here, then enter, and then exit, and finally we have to generate a crypto for IPsec MP key VPN PA55, that's a password, for the address 10.2.2.2. That's the address for this interface. I'll show you this interface right on the right hand side. If I place the mouse, let me show you 10.2.2. so that was this IP address, right? Yeah, this. Moving on, let me close the R2 now. Yeah, moving on to R1. So we are done with this step number 4. Now let's go to step number 5, configure the IKE phase 2 IPsec policy on R1. So the commands are here. So create the transform set, VPN set to use the ESP, AES and ESP SHA HMAC. Okay, so let me copy the command. So here we go. Copy the command, and we have to fire this command in the configuration mode, right? Yeah. So paste it. Then create the crypto map, VPN map that binds all of the phase 2 parameters together. Use sequence number 10 and identify it as an IPsec map. So again, copy this command, come here and then paste it and then enter. Okay, now moving on. Basically, ESP stands for encapsulating security payload, which is a member of internet protocol security set of protocols, IPsec. They encrypt and authenticate the packets. So that's why we are using here ESP. Okay, so this will be responsible for encrypting the packets and authenticating the packets, and which is a part of the IPsec protocol. So we are enabling it, right? Moving on, description VPN connection to R3. We are mentioning the router host name. Make sure the router host name is R3 only before we fire this command. It is basically. So let's paste and then enter. Then set the peer, then enter, and set the transform set VPN set. This command, paste it, enter, and match the address with the access list 110. Enter, and the last command we have to fire, that is exit. So we are done with creating the crypto map, VPN map that binds all of the phase 2 parameters. Okay, and now comes step number 6, which is the last step of part number 1. That configure the crypto map on the outgoing interface. So bind the VPN map crypto map to the outgoing serial 000 interface. In our case, it is serial 001. Okay, so we'll go to the R1 and we'll choose the interface here. Interface S0/1/0. Okay, in our case it is /010, and say enter, and just fire this command, crypto map VPN map. Okay, so we are through. You can see we are getting the output that is IPsec MP is on.
That's all guys from this video. If you really like this video, press like button and do subscribe to our channel. If any queries or suggestions, do comment below. For more such updates, follow us on Instagram and Facebook.